Good morning. My name is Angelique Mdini. I'm going to share with you some of the important things that you need to know while offshoring a company. Firstly, we are going to discuss about the key consideration involved in moving a manufacturing and manufacturing. The first one is you have to consider the rules and the regulation of that country you are going to. There are times when the rules and the regulations, maybe they prevent your company to go there. That is when you have that is why you have to consider the rules and the regulations. You also have to consider the language barriers. Do you know their language? Do they know your language? Which language will you have to use while operating your company in that specific country? Another one, you have to know their culture, because there are some cultures which don't accept certain products to enter their country. That is why you have to know their culture so as to know if they will accept you to operate there while producing your things. Another one, you have to consider the cost of moving there and the taxes that they impose on companies which come from outside their country. There are times when you reach there and you see that their costs are higher than the cost in your country, which will be a problem for you because you wouldn't be making a lot of profit like you used to make. As you know, offshoring is moving your company to another country, like your manufacturing company to another country. We are going to go to effect of offshoring on supply chain. There is more inventory costs. For instance, when you move your factory or your company to another country, you have to pay the cost for keeping maybe your products in your origin country, and the inventory cost will be high because you will be paying the cost of keeping those products in that specific country. Another one, the unexpected disasters. For instance, if in your supply chain there are some raw materials which come from your own country, you have to move those to bring those products to the new country where you have offshored to. There might be disasters, for instance, while they are moving those products, maybe by airplane or by truck, and the climate cause maybe accident, which may be a loss for you. Another one, offshore suppliers might not be able to meet expectation. For instance, if the suppliers come from different countries which are different from the one you have offshore to, the suppliers might not be able maybe to send products that you need because they are used to work with companies which operate locally. There are some effects and consequences of associated with moving a company to another country, which is offshoring. Let's start with benefits. Business growth. When you move your company to another country, the business is increasing. Like you are increasing the areas where you operate, where you produce your product. That is business growth. There is access to staff. When you move your company to another country, like your manufacturing facility to another country, you easily access the staff members, because, for instance, in that specific country, you will find there the people who are good for specific jobs. For instance, if you need engineers, if you need people who manufacture things, but those people, they live in that specific country where you have moved to, you will be able to access the staff members. There is also greater availability. For instance, you are moving your company from America maybe to Vietnam, and the people in Vietnam need your products. So there will be greater availability of your products because you are producing locally, and the people who need your products, they won't have to wait for a long time before getting their products by delivery from other countries. That is another benefit. Moving to consequences of offshoring, there is communication issues. You might be moving, as I said, maybe from America to Vietnam, and the Vietnamese don't know, maybe they don't know English, and you don't know their language. There may be communication issue because the two people from different nationalities, they are not able to communicate well. Another one is culture, social barriers. Maybe your culture is different from those people's culture, which might be a problem because it might be a barrier to you and to them to communicate effectively and make business effectively, because you don't know well what their culture is, what you have to do, what you have not to do in their culture. Another one, high offshore costs. When moving a factory to another country, it is very expensive because you are moving the machines, the employees who are the good employees. You have to reallocate them in that country, which might be very costly because you are spending money to move those things. For instance, you are moving machines to that other country. Concluding, offshoring is good mostly when you are going to a country where there is a higher need of your products, or in a country where you will be in the center of all the countries where you supply. It is good to offshore, but before offshoring you have to consider these different things, which are the ones that I've just specified, to make sure that you are making profit instead of increasing your cost of production or your cost of deliveries, things like that. Now, this is the end of my presentation. If you have any question, you may ask.